Hello, people. What is going on in your world? So many questions. The main one is it really worth trying to help people anymore? I mean, was it ever? It just seems like a fool's quest, as it were. You know, fool's quest to help people, especially considering the amount of cognitive dissonance that is it's prevalent everywhere. You can't you can't help anyone. I don't know. I think it's because just the sheer number of influences people have. Let me get this all set up here. Sorry about that. There it is. Hold on. Just the amount of influences people have over their belief structures, belief systems, their bullshit, BS. They have such a vast quantity of it that bullshit controls their life, their thought processes, what they do. Yeah, your beliefs will control your actions. And the amount of things that are so irrational to believe, so bizarre, the amount of emotion that is siphoned out of people through things that have nothing to do with their life, that they're convinced has some sort of control or influence, some sort of effect on their life that has no bearing whatsoever other than the fact that they allow it to. You know, this Kobe Bryant bullshit, every other fucking stage media hoax. I mean, when are people going to get it? I mean, nothing that you see on the television has any, it's not connected to you. Even if it did occur, which is why don't they understand what that thing is and the purpose of it? The television isn't a bad thing, and media isn't a bad thing, but what it's used for is nefarious purposes. And people just, see, the thing is, you don't know those people. On the media, you don't know. It shouldn't be affecting you to make decisions in your life that affect actual things that are going on around you and within your circles of business, family, friends, and I don't know how many people. I think anyone that listens to me certainly knows that you have experienced this, that you talk to somebody that is, I don't want to say dead asleep, and it ain't about woke, it ain't about that, but like people that take the idea of what goes on in the media and the TV as to be a Bible. And they take the Bible as the Bible, which is, another piece of dog shit, because that's a piece of media influence. But all of that is, they take it as an absolute that is affecting and controlling what they do in life. And there you go, man. That's what's up, Arcadians. Yeah, it's much easier. It's much easier to fool someone than convince them they've been fooled. This is when you use these simple things, like people go, oh, okay, they get that, they understand that term, but then you say, okay, apply that to your life. In what ways have you been fooled? And the reason why is because nobody wants to go, oh, is that stupid? That's what the connection. That's the harnessing mechanism to someone's psyche. They go, oh, I'm not that dumb. But people that have an open mind go, oh, well, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm changing, absorbing different things, and some pieces of information in reality might conflict the ways that I used to believe the world to be. And that is growth. But people live in this dogmatic system, and they continually go back to it. Like, I still watch the television. I watch movies. I watch shit on YouTube. etc., etc. But I know what it is. When I was a kid watching it, if I watched the news, I was saying that actually occurred, and it somehow that affects us. That's somehow important in my life. And then I got to the point where I'd say, well, I don't really know them. I don't see how that's really affecting me. And then I got to the point where I go, oh, that's all just staged bullshit, which is a. Then you can observe it from a different angle, and the angle is, okay, at this point for me and for a long time, the what I see is what is it doing to the people around me, not what is it doing to me, because that shit on there is, you put up your shields, you put up your guard, you put up your. Let me get my phone in order here. Sorry, guys. And what you notice is that shit, as I was asking earlier, how many people have you have friends and families and relationship where you are interacting with those people, and it breaks a relationship, it kills a relationship, because not for you, because you go, okay, I can see why you're saying that, but that's ridiculous, and we're having a relationship, I'm here with you talking to you, and I know you and you know me, and you have a relationship. But then somebody goes, well, I heard it on the news that, yeah, but what does that affect you? You don't know. You don't know these fucking people. Yeah, I don't, even if they did occur, even if these things occurred, even if Kobe and his fucking daughter and all these people died, there's people dying every fucking day that nobody gives two shits about. But some guy that dribbled a goddamn ball and threw it into a hoop, he's somehow, people just suck off the these media celebrities. It's a celebrity culture that is, they celebrate things that should not be celebrated, and they're actually celebrating something that is draining them and their life force. It's like you notice even on here, like the kind of people that make videos about what's going on, and then all you have is like troll after troll. Some people actually are, but see, the thing is, some of those people are paid for, definitely. Some of those people are, agent Smiths in the system, but then there are actually really people that are like so influenced by the fake drama. And the thing is, they can't even separate it from the other dramas and talk shows and bullshit they watch. They think they watch a TV show, and they really don't look at the TV show the way that you should. It's a story, no matter what it is, but they don't see that it's influencing their psychology. And then they pair those TV shows up with something that appears. Well, this is not a TV show. This is the news. There's nothing to do with. They're just telling you the truth. Well, why do they only choose to tell you the apparent facts of a narrative that are always negative? They don't tell you about all the beautiful things that are going on in the world. They pepper that in there once in a while. 1% of what you hear on the. So what? How is that real? I can walk outside, and 99% of my interactions with the world are pretty fucking excellent. Good people, good times. Yeah, 1% of the time, 2% of the time, weird shit happens, fucked up things happen, people, arguments, blah, 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 whatever the fuck, stupid things happen. But then in contrast, if I watch the TV, it's going to tell me 99% of the things that are awful. You got this fake-ass coronavirus, you got this fake-ass Kobe death, you got this fake-ass, go through history, point at something in history, and you think that was written by who? Someone to benefit you? To benefit you in your life? No. So like what? So when you come and conquer these people, I've heard people talk about these things, and I'm just like, I can't even engage with that person. I literally cannot speak. I'm like, I just have to bite my fucking lip, because like if I start talking to this person, like, you realize how stupid that is, right? They're not going to get it. Even people that could be people that you could have a conversation with and be like, hey, look at this, look at this, look at this. Doesn't this make, and if for anyone just looking at it going, yeah, that actually does make a lot more sense, and that is pretty fucking ridiculous, that, you'd see it for what it is. But they just go, no, they're suckling on the, and that's shit that doesn't have any effect on them in any way. Like, whether you believe that or not, or that happened or not, it doesn't have any direct correlation or effect on your life and your happiness. In fact, everything they give you in the news is directly contributing to people's unhappiness. And so I said, well, why watch this shit? Well, you need to be informed. Informed what? What did what did he say? If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. What's up, Matthew Maxwell? You say TV programs, and you say it right away, programs, and you realize that's a program, right? And you can watch a program. I could watch a program exist, and it has no effect on me. But if I'm being programmed by it, is a wildly other thing. Like, to what degree is someone influenced by that program? And everybody knows it's called a TV program. You know, you have your remote control. It's controlling. You think you're controlling it? No, it's so you get controlled by what's on the black tube. You know. What's up, Karen and Chris? So yeah, you show them buildings from the 1800s, and that's another one. That one, very little channel, very small number of channels are out there doing anything, and that are getting away with doing it. They immediately get fucking full-on onslaught, dumb assholes, and agency type people shitting on the channel and saying, "Oh, this is ridiculous," and you can tell they didn't watch any of the video. And it's just like, you know, the flat earth thing was the first thing, and then now you get this mud flood thing, and then you got so many other topics that you can, at least the fresh ones, the ones that are right in your face, like what's going on in the media, you can real time just be like, you realize this whole, yeah, John Levi is doing really good work. His last video, he comes out with them every Sunday. His last video, there was a general sense of, I could sense his anger, but he's not an angry person. I could sense his just the way he dialogued things. Just going, this world is a fucking shit show. And he used the idea that if the entire system is obligated to being a farce, the whole system is obligated to be phony, to be bullshit. I mean, just make it simple. Then anybody that does say anything that's truthful looks like a goof, and it doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't seem like truth has gotten too many people very far in this realm. It's like you almost have to lie in this realm to get by. Lie to get by. I mean, fuck. I'm gonna start selling some T-shirts. I know a couple shows ago, I was goofing around with somebody, and we came up with some funny T-shirts. Maybe I'll do that to make some money here. You gotta lie to get by, man. Because truth don't get you nowhere. It doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't. I mean, on the larger scale, I sleep well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Authenticity is difficult. You know, people can be authentic in their goofiness. People can be authentic in their not understanding something. But the way of the world is, you know, how to you can train a child to lie by being a domineering parent, because they don't want the wrath, you know. So the idea is like, the only way in this system, it appears, to do anything to not get shit on every day, and actually have enough, you know, currency, money in the system, is sell. If these people don't want to learn and they don't want to participate in authentic behavior, authentic, you know, whatever the truth might be, you can't handle the truth, that kind of shit. Yeah, the truth is whack. It's subjective versus objective truth, and there's so many people that, you know, they build a foundation on lies because it gets them what they need, and the entire system is that. I don't really, in the larger scheme of things, it's just a difficult task to bullshit people, man, because it takes memory to do that. It takes memory to bullshit people. You got too many bullshit, too many stories. Where also on the larger scale, um, I know I'm running parallel lives. You know, when I get out of body, I know what spirit is. I know that. But this physical realm is pernicious. It's here. It doesn't just vanish. Everybody that knows something tries to help mold this into a better place to be, a better system, to stop eating off of the plates of their children, stop destroying the land that you live on for, you know, so much effort, and it's for ill-gotten gains. How do those motherfuckers sleep at night? I don't know. I think what they do, I think most of them, they stay so busy, they do busy work to keep their mind off the fact that their whole faulty empire is run on horse manure and bullshit and lies. And so they just stay busy till they can't. They can't even. They just gotta keep working, keep doing something, keep fucking. Here's my business. I gotta sell this. I gotta sell this. Gotta make this contact. It's what's it called? FOMO, fear of missing out. Well, that fear of missing out is also connected to a lot of things, in the sense of must build this thing because it will, you know, they really do have the belief that they're invincible. Not maybe not invincible, but uh, immortal. You know, I mean, I don't think they think it. I think they know there's a time that they die. They actually literally think they die, where other people go, okay, all right, we already get we don't die, not in the sense that some people believe it, but that integrity is something that opens up other realms and other things that go on in your mind that then can be projected into different places in your dream world, even here to a degree. But there's so many people that just do things for the physical world. It's like using in the good version of the Bible, not the good version of it, but the good way of reading it. It says, you know, this land is Caesar's land, where Jesus Christ, the idea is imagination. That if you live in the land of imagination, you can create all the worlds you want. But if you are Julius Caesar's subject, means that everything that's physical is what you're playing the game for and with, then you'll never understand. You'll never be part. You won't be able to create. You will only be a created a creature, a created creature, rather than a creator. And in the realm of creation, that's mental. You know, it's all about the mind and creating through the mind. It's just connected to God, or you use Jesus, you can use Allah, you can use whatever. But then people get so involved in the physical, they say, but I need the physical things. Yeah, but the physical things came out of thought, all of it. Maybe not the earth itself. Maybe that's just the standard definition. But everything that we see around us, this drum, this chair I'm sitting in, this hat, it's wild. It's a physical object. Someone had to create it, right? This hat didn't just fucking form out of thin air. Someone created it. So they're the creator. But they had to use their mind to conceive of the design. So without their mind conceiving of such design, it wouldn't have. That's the difference where people just go physical object, physical object. The mind is that you'd see nothing. You would see what you would see in nature. Nature doesn't provide you with physical objects in the sense that they're tooled or dyed or split. Dye is to split, to dye something, a tool and die maker. They're splitting something from its original form. This is like Mud Hut 101. This is trees 101. Trees ain't building shit, but what an apple tree builds another apple tree. But then someone comes along and goes, well, let me take all these things and turn it into, now I have a goat skin on this drum. I have wood that has been carved. I have some rope that was taken. Now, all of these things are just fine as creations, but they came out of the mind. Yeah, Arcadians. The only one they care for is the person in the mirror, and that is very funny when you get into really what the two mirrors are, the white mirror and the black mirror. And let me see if I can set this up a little better here. Okay, you get the white mirror and the black mirror, and the mirror to them is that is Narcissus, and that is. But in a lot of ways, you know, you have to. They just take it to the nth degree. Is I think the dilemma. I think people should be taught to be more narcissistic in a way, not narcissists to fall in love with what's in the mirror, but to care about self. Cleanliness is next to godliness. To dress in a way that you feel comfortable in. To have nice things. To put these are not bad ideas, but once they get to a little then it just doesn't stop. And it's I don't know how. I guess everybody has their own. Some people just don't have limiters. Like, is that enough cake for the night? Keep eating. How much? I mean, your physical body has constraints. There's only so much you can consume. But the objects around us that we desire, there's no limit to that. Especially when you have a system that is created on the foundation of fiat currency. You can always just print more paper, right? Just put another number in the computer. Busy work. What's up, Will Johnson? Yeah, and living life to only that's a really weird thing. I just there are certain times you have to put your oxygen mask on first. You can't help anybody else unless you have something. So there is that. There has to be that self-preservation instinct, which doesn't. That whole I'd die for you. It's a really stupid thing. That's really dumb. Some people you get that feeling like push somebody out the way of a bus and you get hit by a bus. Like in a moment, maybe you might do that because their life has value or blah 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 whatever occurs in that situation. But just the general idea of like taking care of oneself versus okay, you've taken care of that. Now what can you do to spread goodness, wealth, energy, information, and then you try to spread information to people? Nah, they don't want that. I don't like that. There you go, Arcadians. What's up, Jamie Cook? What's my thought on sodium, bentonite, and clay drinks? I don't know anything about sodium adding to it. I would leave the sodium out. Bentonite and clay on its own is what you need. Bentonite and clay and charcoal drinks are good. But I don't know why they're making charcoal drinks with stuff in it, because the charcoal's job is to pull elements out of the body, just like the clay is. So clay and charcoal should be drank that way. And the only reason you'd be adding lemon or something is to make it more flavorful. You wouldn't be making it into a drink because it'd be extracting of it. Like I've seen them try to make charcoal cocktails. I'm like, but why would you do that? Because the problem here is the goal of the charcoal is actually to remove all of the what you're trying to get out of having a drink. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, but the clay and charcoal is perfectly fine thing to remove things from the body or just use it as a bath. There you go. Yeah, it's not just rats, but any animals. Elephants eat clay all the time. All sorts of animals eat clay. Yeah. But if it's sodium, get rid of it. Don't put the sodium in. It doesn't matter. Sodium and calcium is what needs to get the fuck out of the body. The only way you should be getting sodium and calcium is through fruits. Drink and eat the fruits and vegetables. But the sodium as salt, as such, is not. And especially you wouldn't be putting it in there because you're overloading what the clay and the bentonite and clay and possibly the charcoal would be doing. Activated charcoal. It's to remove toxin from the body. Yeah, and sodium and calcium for the majority of how people are getting it is poison. It's an inorganic compound rather than being the organic compound. And I'm drinking this delicious beverage. It's a strawberry gin. Beefeater strawberry gin. It's magical. It's magical. And what are my thoughts on Blood Over Intent? I've made so many videos on that. It was right around when it was a big thing. When it was really big for a minute. At least it seemed it was then. And I've noticed less and less people chatting about it now. And when I was explaining it, because I come from a little bit of a background of understanding it, I've made plenty of videos on it. And if I have to unlock them, I will. But some of them, because all I had was people coming to my channel and saying, "Fuck you, you're an asshole, you're an idiot." Even though I come from a background of understanding magic to a pretty high level and what it is, and it's the wording of it and the use of it. Like, blood is no different than, like, why not just use urine? Why not use semen? And why would you put blood over the intent? Why would you put the intent over the blood? But even at that, why use the blood if you could use urine? Because urine is clarified, perfected blood, essentially. Why wouldn't you use sweat? Why wouldn't you use tears? It's much easier to prick yourself in the finger than it is to actually have a true emotion that would cause a tear. So a tear seems to be more powerful. It actually takes more work to sweat. Your body has to go through a lot of processes to change that blood into a perfected version, which is urine. So and semen creates life. So I'm thinking that all of those things would be of a higher order, and I don't yeah. Did I ever do it? If I did, you would know it. Maybe you do. I'm not saying I have not. I'm not saying I have or haven't used any and all of the things I've just described in magical things. But as a general rule, like, it's not. I don't see the. There were so many people that were supposedly, oh, I want to bring heaven to earth, blah blah blah, and they put their and love everyone, heaven on earth, all this. And these are people that literally had channels where they did that, and then came to my channel and told me I was a piece of shit, fuck off, for explaining what I'm explaining. And I'm like, but doesn't that go against what your heaven on earth said? And most importantly, I don't know what the fuck that person's heaven means to bring that to earth. So I don't know what that means. Bringing heaven to earth? Heaven just means skies. It doesn't mean some fucking magical place that Jesus Christ made. And I don't think Jesus was out there telling people to fucking bleed all over things. But, and you can also use, hey, and just get into the blood thing, why not use a woman's menses? But even at that, women's menses, it probably, I've done many videos on that too. That they shouldn't be lasting 5 or 6 days. They shouldn't be lasting 3 days. I would suggest they might only last 1 day, if not at all, because it's really just removing toxin from their system. That's awesome, Arcadians. Yeah, get into it, man. Yeah, Jimmy Cook, there you go. He was the one with Flat Earth, too. He was out there with Flat Earth, too. But then you got to add that in there. Why got to add that in there? Why not just do what you're doing? Why not just do it? Why not just... Why you got to... I don't... The trap for your soul, you can't ever trap your soul. Let's remember that. But it's easily inviting. Here's why. Let's just use it. It's a psychological trick as well. If you go through the points of cutting yourself, that's causing harm. The Bible says, cause yourself no harm. Don't get a tattoo. Do not prick yourself. Do not do it. That's self-harm. And don't release any blood from the system. Right away, you're already on a slippery slope with that. And then using the idea psychologically that you would go and write something out and then do that, you're putting it into your consciousness. It's a type of magic, there's no doubt, and it could have positive effects, but there is also negative parts to all sorts of magic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of them go vegan, right? But vegans a strange ass weird cult too. Or an over intent. There you go. Under intent. What's up, GMW? Yes, I probably will. By the end of the show, who knows? I'll probably piss in the. I just don't think I'm going to tonight because drinking, like, to me, drinking coffee or caffeine after like 2 o'clock in the afternoon is not a is a no go because I'll be up. I'm drinking piss anytime past 5. There's too much energy in it. There's too much energy. You know. Hey, so I'll just remind you guys that it is definitely free to just hit the like button on these. If you just do that, that's really great. You don't have to, and obviously you can hit the down button or tell me to fuck off right here. I don't really care. It does help my videos so that other people could see them. Even though the title of this video is "Should I even bother? Do I even care?" Um, and should you? You know, I think once you've helped yourself enough. Thoughts on organic portals? You got to give me a little more on what you mean by organic portals. You had a thought that NPCs can't grow beards properly. I think that might be a thing, and I think in the sense that NPCs, I think, tend to be. Are they really, or are they just so MK Ultra'd in that sense, or so brainwashed, or so controlled, or are they wearing a mask and it's easier to just put in a couple of the fake hairs? Like, and that's just mine. It's been there. Yeah, I don't know. I've it's interesting because there's some people I've known that only grew facial hair in certain ways, but they're more Asian, so I don't know about that. I think that might have something to do with the Asian culture. But then again, if you get into Asian culture, a lot of Asian people, to me, they come across as robots in a lot of ways. Like, could we be in the year 3030, or maybe we're in 2020, like they suggest, and really in the timeline where there's so much higher technology that we're not even aware of, that there are robots and shit walking amongst us. Sure, that's a possibility. I don't doubt that. Um, you know. Yeah, I mean, like Jamie, I'm inked up. I got tattoos. I know what these things mean to me. I know where they came from. I know why I did them. These are I'm not suggesting against it or doing blood over. I was always I was informing people on how the magic worked, what it is, and I mean, this is a sigil. I have a sigil on my arm. I have two sigils. I have one over here. Like I got a Reiki symbol. Like that's a sigil. There's something to it, but um, I'm just saying it from the general psychological level. It is inflicting some pain on self. It is somewhat self harm, but the benefits for most people that have some ink probably know that it far outweighs a couple of moments of pricking yourself with some ink. And if you really getting back into the history of it, it wasn't just about going and having somebody because I want a flower and a butterfly. Like, no, it was for a reason. But certainly a lot of people that do this blood over intent ritual bullshit, and I call it bullshit because it's not. It just shouldn't be tread on lightly. Just like any type of magic should not be. People out there doing blood over intent because they heard about it and they thought it would fix the world and change everything for the better. Yet they had never even considered what magic is to begin with, what doing a sigil is, uh, what god forms are, what talismans, idols are, what you know, and most of them probably are Christian, which goes against everything that you've been explained in that book. So that I just kind of I just took most of those videos down. Yeah, Karen, Chris. The only thing you can eat is fruits and fresh pressed juice. If you're in the right climate, that's probably the right thing to do. Um, I I feel better when I'm on liquid diets. Just if I stick to more liquid. But there are times that I live in New Orleans, man. It's party. Like I go out and I eat. Do I eat meat? Sometimes. Um, I, I used to be so restrictive because I was a vegetarian for about 7 or 8 years, maybe even longer than that. Like strict, hardcore vegetarian. That um, it just was making me like it was internally it was a struggle and it was a battle and it was like everything I did was like it made me more judgmental where I should not have been, and so then I just gave myself freedom to do whatever the fuck I wanted because I'm not gonna save the world by not eating a piece of meat and it's not gonna give me cancer because I understand how that shit works, and you know so I just kind of I eat what I see fit at the time. Sometimes I eat too much. Sometimes too much fried food. Maybe some too much. Maybe a little bacon I shouldn't have eaten. But for the majority, I would rather if I'm surrounded with the right people, I'm gonna eat better foods if I'm doing those types of things. But other times, it's a fucking party, yo. Life is a party. What else are you gonna do? Enjoy. Karen, I don't think people have I think maybe you develop a soul. You came from a soul, then you have a spirit, and then I think you kind of regrow into the soul. I think if that makes sense, if it was like a bigger suit, and they start putting spirit into like, so you're born and you have this whole soul, and then there's spirit put in there, and then you kind of fill it up with spirit. It's like rah rah rah, sis boom bob, we got spirit, that kind of shit. And there's some connection there because why is it rah rah rah? They're talking about sun god Ra. Cheerleaders are saying rah rah rah, sis boom ba. It's Egyptian mystery religions, and they're all about the spirit, right? Spirit fingers. But I think in a sense people have spirit that grows into their soul, and a soul meaning a singular thing, into what they are. Most people I don't think have the complete soul because I don't think they're. I think what they do is they edit and alter their what their words would be. They edit and alter at all times what they think they can say, what they think they can do. Editing consciousness. That's what I really think and that's what I really feel, but will it get me something if I say something else? And that's editing. Like doing it to a small degree, like we all have to like make, you know, you can't always just be like, when going real goes wrong. Sometimes you can't always be talking all the shit, but Jamie Cook, you're saying people that have beards equal null, like null blood, like the so you have A, B, O, and null. I'm not getting what you're saying. Beards equal null. Oh, organic portals are soulless beings. Like you, do I think there's actually physical beings that there's people that jump in and out of bodies? Again, I think that's another outlying kind of fringe topic. I don't let anything out of the realm of possibility, and I think I would give it about a good 3% possibility. I don't strictly say no, no, no. That's ridiculous because there's so many things that I've come across that early in life I would have thought were ridiculous, but now I go, I take it as mundane. Where if I delivered some things that I think and well that I know are true, people would just go, no, that's not a possibility. Like, did I think someone could drink water for 43 days and fast and not die? No, I would have never thought that. I would be like, oh, you're dying after 7 days. Would I have thought somebody could drink piss and that's no? Would I think And so there's so many things that I know for a fact, certain I've done it that I go, well, I used to think differently. So maybe there's some things I don't know, and so I leave open the possibility. I think it was who called it E prime, thinking E prime, saying it's a 99%. Everything is 99% surety. It always opens up a possibility for something to be, you know, a little different than you thought. E prime is a thought game, man. It's like the only thing you can have 100% certainty in is the moment that you're in. That like right now, I'm sitting on a chair, I'm wearing a hat, I have a beard, I'm a man, God thing. I got all. That I'm certain of this right now. But in each moment, I could walk outside. We could create something new. I could, in dream world, you can create something almost instantaneously, right? But especially when you're dealing with belief systems, what's going on out there or how things work, like you don't really know the structure. I think that's the one thing that you're never allowed to see. You could take all the DMT and all of that and kind of get glimpses of the mechanisms that are controlling what you'd see as a clock that makes things occur, and then you'd understand what causality actually is, because it's not some. It might be a sequence of events that occur, but not in the way that you think it works. Because I don't think there's no direct linkage or cause in the way that people assume it is. Science tries to tell you that there is always, but they can't figure a lot of shit out, and they bullshit a lot of things too. Um, how long you been growing your beard? I trim it now and then just because it starts to get like it gets to wizard length, and it also gets to homeless guy length, and it gets to wizard length, and it gets to like kind of like it's just all over the place length, you know. Um, but I've had a beard probably since I was 20 something. I've always had facial, like as soon as I could grow facial hair, I had some facial hair to some degree. But like a beard, 23, 24, 25. I mean, even then I would still once in a while shave it down. But maybe 12 years. I cut it once in the past 15 years, all off. My girlfriend's like, I don't like your beard. Shave your beard. See, I want to see what you look like. I forgot what you look like because I met her when I didn't have a beard. I just had a soul patch and some sideburns. And she's like, shave your beard off. And then she goes, when I shave my beard off. She goes, don't ever shave your beard off again. You look like a fucking idiot. I was like, this is how women are. This is how women are. Ask me to do something and you call me a fucking idiot for listening to you. This is why I don't listen to women. This is why women can fucking eat shit and die. I said that jokingly, but like really, like you asked me to do something because you want to see my face, and I look like an idiot. And then you only look. I remember, you see people that have a beard and immediately they shave it. If you've known them with a beard, then they look completely weird. It just looks weird. But if you only knew me from not having a beard, I was good looking without a beard, but I happen to be better looking with the beard. And so without it, it's just it's a funny little. Okay, to immediately just get rid of this? No, I'd have to trim down my mustache first and trim some of this down. You guys would see me at least with crop down to like here probably, like down to like here. But this was much shorter too. I just really didn't. I just don't give a fuck. I just I got some hair on my face. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Yeah, the Asian thing is interesting. Uh, you feel like 144,000 souls is much? I don't know. I've had some I've had some very interesting encounters with the number 144, including my weight, because I have a digital scale, and if I fast, when I fasted, I get down to 144.4 pounds every fucking time. Like I cannot get beneath that. I've been beneath it one time, but I was super dehydrated. After a long fast, I was super dehydrated. But other than that, every time I fast, 144. And there's some other links that I've had to 144 too, which is very funny. How old am I? 40. 40 apparently, according to. And as I like to point out, this is probably the worst, most ancient I've looked. Just in the sense of like, it's Mardi Gras right now. I've been drinking. For months. I've been just eating shit. And I'm not really, no sun. Not really taking care of myself the way I should be in that sense. But yeah, this is about as old as I've looked. Which hopefully it's still not looking like I'm 40 and crusty. I can still scoop me some honeys though. Oh, I know, Jamie Cook. I don't think at any point you were judging me. I don't know. Oh, on the beards thing? No, no, no. I didn't think you were at all. Karen, Chris, what are my thoughts on entity attachments? I think so. I think that can happen. I, I mean, because look, if everyone is a spirit, which they are, you can have people that are clingy to you. I've had, I've had stalker bitches in my life, like to a really absurd degree, which just didn't make sense to me. But they were fucked. They were fucked mentally, which I didn't know at the time. Knew them for a very short period of time, and then they were like stalk the fuck out of me. Um, So did they have an entity attached to them, or they as themselves were just a spirit or entity themselves that were, attached to me? Yeah, I mean, if an internal, um, if you have internal things going on, so that you have like bacterias and parasites, then externally, certainly you'd have external parasites. It's reflective to a degree, right? The timing is weird. It's hard to explain, but I've done some videos on how the planets are actually internal, and how there's something that your reality is reflective, but the reflection is not immediate, and that's the hard thing to explain to people, because it's like, well, karma, instant karma. Well, but things don't happen instantaneously like that, and karma doesn't even really mean that. But what people think of as karma is like a reaction to something, immediate reaction, response. Like if I hit a ball, it hits another ball, and the ball goes in the pocket. That's what they think of as karma. But for you, people got to remember, when you hit the cue ball, that's what you're dealing with. And then when it hits another ball, it goes off a cushion, then goes in the pocket. You have to wait for that to occur, and that's the time difference we have in between what we expect, what causality is. Now the interesting thing is, before that ball goes in the pocket, there's a million things that happen. Another ball could hit it. Uh, somebody could walk over and smash the ball off the table. I've had that happen. Somebody just playing pool, and some drunk person hits it off the table. I'm about to win the game, right? Uh, the table could fall through the floor. I don't fucking know. There's a million things that could happen, and so it would alter the reality. It would alter what you expected the outcome to be. Jamie Cook. I don't know who you're talking about. Who you thought was vegan? You mean me? No, I'm not vegan at all. No. What's up, milk? Bacon is vegan as far as I'm concerned too. Oh, okay, Chris. Thank you. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you. Milk is bacon is the most pure spirit on the planet. Mm. Bacon is and some hold on, my dog is staring at me right now, and I'm playing a game with the dog. And there's also pork rinds. Who doesn't? If you don't like pork rinds, have you ever had pork rinds with pimento cheese? Dude, fresh done pork rinds, like off the spit, like after they're cooking and they got the rinds, and just deep fry them bitches. Pork rinds with some pimento cheese, out of this world good. At least that way, I'm not even eating the meat. I'm eating the skin. No matter me. It's a beacon roll. Oh, hey, Jamie, what do you mean? What do you mean? Having a beard equals having no soul? Oh, what are you talking about? At milk, yeah. The hand healing, I've definitely done some healing with my hands for people, quite a few times, and it's always in a funny, like, people that don't understand, but they're drunk enough to allow for it. You used to have many people bar and talk like, "Oh, what's that tattoo? What does that mean?" Like, da, da, da. And the spirit, because they're drinking, has gone through them, and it opens them up to just allowing for something. And then when I do like hands-on work, they're like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, you probably wouldn't have that, like, you know, walking around normal in your life, you wouldn't be able to even sense that in that way, because you're not, you wouldn't allow for it. You would tense up and not. And yeah, um, I've definitely I've definitely changed. I will not tell the story here, but there was a time that I made something happen that was so fucking out of control and bizarre. Maybe I will tell the story. I guess you guys probably never heard this because you guys are newer to my channel, most of you. And this is the thing that it's so unbelievable to hear. But I have people that could say this is what happened. I was there. I watched it happen. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was inside of a bar, and it's a sunny day. I gotta set this image up. Sunny day, nothing's going on. It's clean skies, a couple clouds. It's the middle of summer. It's like 90 degrees out, and we go into this bar, and above the bar there's a couple windows. So this is in the back area. So there's a couple what do you call them, skylights, and there's like three or four of them in the back. And it's a nice bar, three or four skylights. And so I was talking to my friend about something. I don't remember why we got into this, but we were talking about magic and we were talking about weather manipulation. And she said something. I was like already on. I was already on some shit. I don't know if we had like an argument about something. And I was like, and I just had some energy coursing through me. I was like, I will make it. I will make it fucking rain in this restaurant. I will make. I said these guys were. I will make it rain in this restaurant, and I'll have water pour onto my head. This is a fact. And there was the bartender was there, kind of laughing, and I don't remember like what parts of this he heard. And I know the dude to this day. Actually, I just seen him the other day. And so my girlfriend's there at the time, and we're having this conversation. She's like, "No, don't do that," because she knows I can do things. And I was like, "Listen, I'm going to make it just so you understand. I'm going to make it rain in this bar right now, and it's going to water." And at the time, I wasn't even looking at the skylights. Within 5 minutes, the sky went dark, and as I look over, there's a mop in the corner of the building, like in the corner of the bar area, and I hear this sound. And I'm like, "Whoa, it just got dark in here," and my friend is like, "Oh fuck!" And doesn't it start raining and thundering to the point that the skylight, which happens to be right above where I'm sitting, it starts pouring rain down directly onto my head. That's a fact. That's some real shit. And I just sat there for like 2 minutes straight laughing, going, "What did you think? What did you think would happen?" So yeah, so yes, I can do a little energy manipulation. Yeah, Proctor, what's up? Feasting and fasting, I think, is the most important thing. It's an old Mayan context of what they use the calendars for: feasting, fasting, eating, not eating, planting, harvesting. Magical, but it also had practicality to it. Thank you. I've been actually. It's so funny you say that. I've been rocking this one out for the past few shows, but I do. It's so funny because I don't wear hats too often, but I have on here. I got a good bandana collection too. I think it's because once I grew my hair out because I have super long hair. It just sometimes it's just too much to leave down all the time, so I kind of put it up in a top knot and then put a hat on. And I have a whole shit ton of hats. And you guys have not seen my cool ones. This is my favorite one right now because it's still cool most days, like cool outside. And yeah. Yeah, Karen, I don't know. I mean, the biological AIs, I suppose they could be. I suppose they could be. DMT healed your back. The first time that I put my palms to the ground was MDMA. MDMA, my body went completely to the point where I could do yogic. Like I was at a festival and I could do yogic postures. They were not in the framework of how flexible my body should have been. I was doing things that were really way far out of the realm of how loose my tendons should be. So it loosened up a bunch of things. And then there was another time that I could, and that was a couple other things I did physically with these things called voodoo bands that got a bunch of my ligaments and IT band and things loosened up. But just off of A substance. It was MDMA for sure. Yeah. You feel like insects are a virus in this matrix. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, because we do have the dumbest things of all, which are fucking. Can anybody explain why mosquitoes exist? Like they're never out during the day, but they come out at night and they just where are they? Where are they all day and what are they waiting for? Just to come out at night and fucking ruin your night and give you, suck your blood? That's vampiric. So I mean I see what you're saying. Some of them could be certain. Yeah, I mean, see, so yeah, the viruses, they're bugs, right? So there could be. I don't doubt that. I mean, think of it. You think of certain, you get a tick, right, and it gives people Lyme disease. You get certain types of creatures that let's see what are they? Yeah, spiders can kill you. I've gotten stuck. I've gotten bit by a brown recluse spider. That's supposed to kill you. Brown recluse and black widow are both supposed to kill you. I got bit in my arm and I seen the whole thing start going down my arm. Luckily, I think a friend of mine had some antibiotics, and but I did not die. Um, what do I think of yoga? I mean, the word yoga means yoke. It just means to bind your bind your spirit to your body, your mind to your spirit to your body. Do you want to go outside? Hey, so you guys want to go on a journey with me, or should I just come back? I'll let you guys choose. I gotta take this dog outside because she's all up in my grill piece. So you guys can walk with us, but um, you are the beard. Oh shit, I could be your father. I probably could be. I wonder how many little Zens are walking around out there because of me. Ten, 10 packs of toilet roll per week for beer metabolism. Jamie Cook, I'm not following that humor, but it's funny. Karen, oh really? Yeah. I was like I said, I was vegetarian for a long time. I never did the vegan thing. The vegan thing always struck me completely wrong. I've done so many videos on why it's not healthy and why it is actually part of an agenda. I mean, here's how you can tell right away off the bat, off the cuff, that you can tell veganism is an agenda and not for anyone's benefit because it's so popularized. Everyone hates everyone in Hollywood. Like you just go, Hollywood's evil and they're all part of this, blah 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 blah. Okay, stick to that. Now, why is everybody in Hollywood selling the vegan agenda? Because they know what it is. It's plasticizing culture and it's making people eat shit that isn't meant to be eaten. I'm not saying that meat eating is a better alternative, but it is. The lowest level of consumption is vegan. Then it's whatever McDonald's serves, which is close to vegan. And then meat is nowhere near as bad to consume as vegan products, which is a bunch of chemicals. And I hate the fact that veganism always claims vegetables to be vegan. No, vegetables are vegetarian and they're vegan, or excuse me, and they're vegetables and they're vegetarian. They have nothing to do with veganism. Keep the fucking label and claim, registered trademark bullshit of veganism off of plant life. Go ahead and eat all the plastic and chemicals you want, but don't attach that to living real food, real food. But yeah, for one, I can't stand vegans at all for the most part because they are almost as a rule. This is more than just generalizing. This is almost factually. I can tell you that they're going to be uppity, self-righteous pricks about everything, and they're know-it-alls, and in fact, their knowledge is dog shit, especially about diet and health, because they don't know anything. And I've had too many conversations with them, and they're a nose up in there. At least with meat eating people, the people are like, oh, bacon, I need to eat meat. Okay, we already knew those people are fucking idiots, but 29th. Um, Arcadians, Virgo, where should I look to learn so I can learn things I should be surrounding myself with? Um, hey, Arcadians, I'm going to go piss and take the dog out, and that's a question that I'll answer fuller, like more completely when I come back. Um, and maybe you can give me the question a little better too. Where should you look? As a Virgo, what do you need more of in your life? Is it in people, energies, foods? Is that what you're asking? Um, Karen, thank you. Yeah, yeah, that does look awesome. What do you think about false plants and yeah, I think that's a possibility. I think a lot of people have false memories. Some are on accident. Some are because they're conditioned to perceive a world that doesn't exist. I think there's levels to it. And then that you have some that are literally just people who have a um, very solid dream world, and then that dream world kind of bleeds into this one. So which one is it? I've had some dream world things that are it's so stark, it's so connected to what's going on here that I'm like, was that a dream or was that here? And you can't really tell. If you want to walk, yeah. P. What's up, Jay Marley? P is definitely an anti venom. I didn't know it at the time. You wish I, Karen, you wish I was your father. That would be cool or the worst thing ever. I don't know. To like know, like I really did fucking drop seeds somewhere 20 years ago, and like I have a kid running around. That would be kind of weird. Uh, and also if you if you are sexy, I wouldn't want you as my daughter because I'm like, Man, she looking all good and scrumptious. Maybe I'm trying to get maybe I'm trying to get a bite of that to eat. You would have the funniest and best. Well, thank you, thank you. There you go. So there you go, Karen. Yeah, for me, it's always the label. Like I had this chick that I that I was sort of dating. She would always call herself a vegan, but then every time we go out to eat, she would kind of just go, I'm gonna get shrimp and grits today." I'm like, "You realize shrimp isn't vegan?" But then there's certain things that she's like, "Oh, I can't eat here because I don't have anything vegan." She's very weird about it. Like it was just like this strange. Like she'll bypass her vegan label for certain things in her life. You know, the cocaine that she was doing. I didn't know if that was vegan. Probably was though. You know. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There you go, Corinne. You just put what feels good. If it works for your system, it works for your system. But I knew you was a fucking speedhead. You like to speed up reality, huh? I on the other hand have to slow it down because my brain is already too fantastical. Yeah, really like there are some okay, I go off on tangents, but there are some vegans that literally only eat vegetarian, done weed. Oh, you're hilarious. I've only done weed. You do drugs, you smoke weed. Smoking weed is not doing drugs. But yeah, yeah, some vegans, man, they're really actually eating a vegetarian diet. They just like to claim because they like the club of being in. I'm a vegan and I care about things, and by attaching themselves to, I'm a vegan. I love animals, and you should know that. And okay, great. I'm a vegetarian, and I do all these things. But do you eat eggs? Do you eat honey? I'm like, yeah, I can explain to you why. Do you like milk? Yeah, I can explain to you why. But they don't want to hear it. And they're like, oh, do you eat meat? I was like, yeah, let me explain to you why. Vegetarian ego, yeah. If vegan got an ego. Vegetarian, like I don't know. The vegetarian thing had me dipping down into ego land, and I was like, we can't do that. But yeah, there's I like fish. I like sushi. I don't think. I mean, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I do love some sushi. So there's no way I'd ever be anything but pescatarian. Like even if I, even if I really did give up meat again, because I really don't need it or want it all the time in any ways. If I gave it up completely, I still don't think I'd give up fish. So I'd be pescatarian, and I already know the benefits and why butter is healthy, and I already know why honey is exceptionally healthy, and why you're not hurting things. They're both death-free foods. Um, I already, so for me, I would always be a I think they call it Evo lacto vegetarian pescatarian. But then I'm like, how do I need all those fucking names? I'm just me and just eating what the fuck I want. Get off my goddamn nuts about it. There's too many people already doing more fucked up things. You'd be bitching about what the fuck I'm consuming. Yeah, you know what? You know what a plant-based sushi is? A fish. You know a fish eats plankton. It's plant-based. Fish is plant-based. Yeah, I hear you, Jamie Cook. On the it's definitely not the healthiest, but depending on where you live, it's certainly needed. It's a requirement in certain areas because you can't get vegetables. If you live in a cold climate, your fruit game is your vegetable game is you know you don't have it. You got potatoes, you got something else, so you're gonna have to find another source of nutrition, and that nutrition, as long as you're getting it the right way and respecting it the right way, even in death is something. Even in death there is life, right? So even in the sense of if an animal must be slaughtered, I don't think anyone should raise animals for the sole purpose of being slaughtered. But if you live in those climates, I would say move to the better climate. But some people can't do that, so they're left with the imprint of all of the energy of that animal. Some of it is some of it's good. The blood of the animal. The blood is essentially essentially the nutrition. So people that are eating meat that is 14 days after the thing was killed, is in a freezer, it's in a package, and then they cook off all the proteins and the blood and all the shit is it's not even there anymore. And so everything that actually would have been good to consume is not even part of the diet. Is not even part of the diet. Why do you think animals, when they kill an animal, they eat it immediately? And they eat the entrails and they eat everything else. It's pre-digested food, and then all of the meat and the blood. They want the blood. The meat is just there as basically to push things through the system. They're looking for the blood and the pre-digested food in the intestines, the entrails, but they're eating it immediately. They're not cooking on a fire. So after you've gone through all that, you don't kill the animal. Somebody else does, and they put it and they do all the things for you, and you get the piece of steak. It's delicious sometimes, but it ain't what it should be. Arcadian, yeah, I've done a bunch of videos on that. So let me, Arcadian, yeah, I hear what you're saying now. Yeah, yeah, okay, that's a Arcadian. If you give me a little bit to, I'll just even do the research, and kind of tell you. Let me do it a little later because right now that's just really long right now between seeing if the dog gave me a break. She got off my foot. She gave me a break, but it's too long to answer right here. But I will definitely. Uh, you live in a cold climate. Yeah, what I'm saying is the variety of fruits that you have in a cold climate, if they're actually from that climate, you're getting the fruits and vegetables from a grocery store that are flown in and moved, and that produce is not produced locally. Truthfully, if you can't get it within walking distance, you should not be eating it. It's not for you. It's not for what your blood type should be. It's not for your viscosity of your blood. It's truly not. It's nice that we have it, but yeah. And Jamie Cook, breastfed versus formula, it's not even a question. Formula is dog shit. It's a formula. By who? It has no, formula is dog shit. It's piss. I mean, it's not. No, piss would be a good thing. It's shit. It's not even shit. It's formula is the worst thing you can do. Breastfed obviously initially is colostrum, and then there's all of the, you know, the milk is going to break itself down. This is why people are against milk. They're like, oh, milk's no good for you. It causes the body to like. Didn't you drink your mother's milk, you idiot? Don't ever doesn't every animal on the planet drink their yeah because there's an active enzyme in there that after you cook milk it becomes pasteurized, ultra pasteurized. They cook it at a high temperature, it becomes soup. So people that are drinking milk are drinking soup unless it's unpasteurized. Then it has all of the components to break down the milk properly. Which is so yeah. Mothers, there's not even breastfed versus formula isn't even a question. Yeah, so if it's shit, man, it's not really for you. It's great that we have the capacity and opportunity to eat that, but if you're in a cold climate, eating fruits all year changes the viscosity of your blood, and the way you should be living would be in accordance with that climate and that general region, your area that you live. It's nice that we don't have to live that way, and you can put extra layers on, and you got a fireplace inside or whatever you got to do. I mean, that's cool, but what would be highest order would be what's growing in your local distance, in your local area. Corinne, you can't get anything except for rocks. Maybe you should start eating rocks. Smoke some rocks, motherfucker. What's up, Griff? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Arcadians, thank you, man. Yeah, my couple early. Those are really. That's so funny that people really like those. But that's my earliest work when I was just. It was my first time speaking on camera, so it's very interesting that people like my master classes. Yeah, I did I think three of them, and then did some writings on those, and that was like. I first wrote those maybe like 2010, 11, 12, and then I kind of dipped into talking about them like what, 2000. I think I've only had this channel for what 2017, 18. Oh, well, thank you though. Do I drink milk? Very rarely. When I did drink milk, like milk as a thing, do I buy milk? No. I'll buy some cream or some almond milk or something, for coffee. And I don't drink coffee that often. So no, milk is not part of my diet. But I would, when I have lived in places where I could get unpasteurized raw milk, I would definitely drink it. Yeah, it's super healthy. It's one of the healthiest things you can drink. It's actually the opposite of causing your body to be. Everybody was on that Dr. Sebi shit for a little bit, where they're like milk is mucus forming. Yes, it is when it's pasteurized. It's pasteurized, so all of the enzymes that we breaking down the milk, the lactate, the lactose enzyme, right? So you got lactose that's people are lactose intolerant. Well, they're not intolerant. It's just that they don't have the enzyme to break it down that was already in the milk before they pasteurized it, right? So if you get it that way, it's actually cleansing to the body. There's fasts you can do with raw milk, and there's a lot of cultures that use goat's milk, cow's milk as a primary source of nutrition, and they're extremely healthy. Yeah, that's Arcadians. And I ask everybody else here, how did you all find my channel? Can I put out there? Yeah, how did you all find my channel? Because now that I know my channel got capped, like somehow YouTube is not letting me have any more subs. I might have to do some other legwork to try to find a way to get some subs on here. But like, no, I got the algorithm for my channel. I guess I was speaking too much. But I think there was some people in there that go, okay, now let his channel on, just don't let him have more subs. And somebody's like, fine, fine, let him do that. Just no more subs for that guy, because we can't let everybody know what he knows. Hawthorn berries. I don't know. I've never had hawthorn berries. It's so funny. I have like about 120 different herbs in my cupboard over here that I collected through the years. Hawthorn berries is not one of them. No, if I'm gonna drink milk, I'm gonna drink it right out the fucking udder, Yeah, and yeah, milk and honey are the some of the best things. Milk of ambrosia, milk and honey, dude. Milk, put some honey in there, and then some chocolate. That's the food of the gods, really. Milk, honey, and chocolate, cacao, and bread if it's made right. You know, you got unleavened bread or like bread that was made out of the proper things rather than being coming out the silos with all the aluminum in it. It's fucking everybody up. Jamie Cook. I used to smoke weed on my porch 5 or 6 years ago, talking about conspiracies. Absolutely not. I have not had a channel for 6 years, and I've never sat on my porch and smoked weed. Not at all. I probably have sat on a porch, perhaps somewhere at some time, smoking flowers with people, but I had a channel not 5 or 6 years ago. No way. Uh-uh. Nope, not me. You got me confused with somebody else. That's a fact. Because this channel is really only 3 years old. Tops. I think it's 2.5, maybe 3. Um, Supplements in general are terrible, but moringa, maca, spirulina, and chloral tend to be the better ones because it's usually coming as 100% plant substance. Are you saying that, Corinne? Are you saying that in a joke, or are you saying that like it really did? I don't think that's why that happened. Honey did not do that. That's not the source of cavities. Is not sugar. It's it's so many other things that go. It's bacterias. Honey as a sugar is antifungal, antibacterial. Hear that again. It's antifungal, antibacterial. So how is that honey going to cause you to have a cavity? Because somebody once told you sugar causes cavities. No, it doesn't. Bacteria and internal blood, the quality of your blood is going to cause that. But, that's a really long one to get into. Oh, and the Cole Haley drama. Ah, that's so funny, Griff. That was actually one of the first videos I ever made. One of the first that I was just like, where I still was a little, I still had a, I didn't know how to talk the way I talk on camera because I still had a little bit of reservation, but I was like, fuck it. This is so hilarious to me. Yeah. Oh, Fredzo, you threw Dre Dreamers. Oh, I think his channel. I think he's gonna be off live for a little bit. Yeah, I used to. Oh, I still do fuck with Dre Dreamers, but yeah, he's done a lot of really good, cool work. Yeah, Jamie Cook. It's not a long 3 years, unless it's your 3 years that you've turned into 5 or 6. Because there's no way you could go to my channel right now and it'll tell you when I started making. I don't know if it tells you when I started my channel or when I got my YouTube or when I got my email, but I've only been on YouTube for 3 years max. Max. I know it really did. It really got stuck to your teeth. But how long could it be stuck to your teeth for? It's honey. And again, is it honey that's been pasteurized, or is it raw honey? Raw honey won't give you that problem. Um, yeah, I don't really care either way. Like, smoke fucking crack rocks on camera, motherfucker. Just fucking blaze them up. Yeah. Hmm. Jamie, you looked it up. I'm right. Of course I'm right. You don't get to. That's so funny, Jamie Cook. You looked it up. It was 3 years. Of course it's 3 years. I'm not. I didn't know how to do math on my own channel that I actually push a button and look at. Of course it's 3 years. Oh, oops. No, actually I've had a channel for 7 years, and you're right. I was smoking on a porch talking about conspiracies 6 years ago. That's not even. See, you got false memory implants, Jamie Cook. Tesla was definitely a fake character. Yeah, Arcadians, he was definitely a fake character. Yeah, yeah. No, oh no, I'm playing with you. I know you fucking pothead. Okay, do you guys want to go outside with me with the dog? Or how about this? Do you guys just want to come back or what? Give me 2 minutes here. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Do you want me to stay on here? I just gotta walk the dog outside to take a shit, but I don't know what I'm really gonna fucking say. I should just come back in like 20 minutes. Give me a second. Fucking stoners. Well, you have a spliff? No. Well, I piss into the toilet and take the dog. I, I haven't smoked like that, Jamie. Okay, okay. Okay, my puppy is in need of my time now, so check it out. I'll be back here in like, give me 25 minutes or so. Give me 30 minutes. What time is it? It is 6:44. I'll be back at 7:25. 7:25. Peace out, y'all. Good to see y'all, and I will see you back here under a different name. Probably, well, the title, the name's the same, but the title will be of your choosing. See y'all in a minute.